I definitely felt them. And, I'm truly thankful for it. And I'm just thankful that I'm out here. I'm thankful for the opportunity, thankful for seeing all them 12 jerseys out there. And it was a great feeling for that. But the feeling of losing, that ain't nothing we're going to get comfortable with, like, on my watch, for sure. Yeah.
And just tell him to keep his head up. I know there was one drive in which he kind of walked off, and I saw him. He was putting his head down. I know he was kind of thinking about, I know he wants to make the play. He wants to, have that game changing drive because, he feels like he has that ability, and we've seen it. So, don't be discouraged from one drive or two drives. It's a good football team over there. So, just trying to keep him to keep his confidence high, and keep on chasing that standard in which he set. And we're going to continue to support him. He spoke after the game, and he wanted to pin it on himself and his performance, but we're not going to allow him to do that. It's a team game, so we're all in this together.
You said he addressed the entire team in the locker room.
And just tell him to keep his head up.
So this is the first time playing with the first team reps. I believe all year he hasn't practiced with the first team reps. He just been with the second stringers and everything. So even though he hasn't played well, all his team does have support on him. So I'm sorry with you, Ronnie. Looking at Shedeur Sanders, he have off a game. Do you feel like Cleveland needs to put more time in Shedeur's order for him to succeed?
Yes, they do need to put more time into the Shedeur center for them to succeed. To me, I think yesterday's game was a prime example why they should have put him out earlier in the season so you get his feet wet. You can't put him in a game when the game when the game is on the line, especially against the Baltimore Ravens, who is known for that Baltimore blitz. Everybody knows this already. Everybody knows this. So the pressure was good for him to have that experience, to have that type of pressure among him so he'll know what to do for next time. But to me, they should have put him early on in the season. But at the end of the day, it's the NFL. He finally got his feet wet, and hopefully he'll play the next game and just continue to get his feet wet and see how he does. But remember, he's a rookie, so everybody expect you to make rookie mistakes. Look what happened to Caleb Williams over there in Chicago. When you first started, you saw he was playing terrible. Now look at how he's doing now. The Bears winning their game back to back. That's just how it is, man. That's just how the National Football League runs. You got to get your feet wet first, and then you become a superstar. But I think it's a bright future for this man. He just got to keep his head up. Go ahead, Akeem.
Shedeur Sanders is heading for a Super Bowl. I believe he's going to win a Super Bowl. The thing I don't like about Cleveland, I felt they signed him to bench him. That's what it seemed like, because they haven't given him. I've been watching his practices. He's been doing good. Like y'all said, he needs more playing time. I think he's going to be starting quarterback next year. Not this year, starting quarterback next year. I think he's going to take Cleveland to another level. I like his arm. I like his throws. Like everybody said, you can't put nobody in a professional game and if they haven't got enough rec time. They should have slowly put him on and gave him maybe a quarter per game, put him out there in a quarter per game to work his way up so he can understand the blitz, understand everything, and see where it goes from there.
Yeah, for him, put him in the starting situation because the quarterback got hurt. I am definitely not surprised at how he went and everything. I ain't think he was gonna come and blow it off the water like that because he didn't have any first team reps. So for me, yes, if he gets a start next year, if the quarterback is hurt, we'll see that. But I thought if Dylan Gabriel wasn't gonna get hurt, I thought they was gonna start Shedeur next season. Give him OTAs next year to sort of build him up and everything, all that type of thing. So yeah, for me, I think Shedeur has also support, especially in Cleveland. They do want to see him succeed. Hopefully, NFL coaches will want him to succeed so he can play and everything because a lot of people think Shedeur is the guy who could turn franchise around and everything. So like I said, let's see if we do next week. Only thing for sure is just get better and everything. To me, it's not about him having to win or losses, to him to continually get better each game he plays. So and then once he gets better and everything, he'll prove his doubters wrong, and then like I said, he will change the franchise, of course, in Cleveland. So Well, we watching Shedeur, man. Let's see what you can do next week if he starts.
Yeah, Shedeur will get better. I agree with you on it. He will get better later on in his career. But right now he's a rookie, so he's gonna make rookie mistakes. Everybody expected him to make rookie mistakes. No rookie gonna come in shining on his first try. No rookie. The only one that was able to do it was Brock Purdy because he was in a different organization. The 49ers, we already know Kyle Shanahan's system. It makes everybody looks good. But if you're on another coach that doesn't have that same Kyle Shanahan system, pretty much you're going to struggle. Like, share, and subscribe, guys. Don't forget to hit that notification bell on the right-hand side. Remember to click all because we do go live each and every day at 7 o'clock Eastern time. Like